Bobby BC. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, that is Tariq and Tommy's spinoff. I've been speaking this into existence since Book 2 Ghost was running and Book 4 Force was running for a long time. I always knew at some point Tommy and Tariq would have a show together. Not really surprised at this whatsoever. Now, I did hope we would have got more Force and Ghost spinoffs than we did. Tommy made a couple appearances in Book 2 Ghost, but he's never, it's never been a situation where you saw all of Ghost or some of Ghost's people show up in Force and some of Force's people show up in Ghost. Perfect opportunity, but I guess they're like, okay, let's just merge them together in one show. We predicted this for the longest, not really surprised at it whatsoever. Now, what is it going to be about? It's the question. Well, the most obvious answer to that question is, while Tariq runs his empire and pretty much has become the new Ghost, Tommy's going to be playing more of a mentor figure or the number 2 right up under Tariq. Not only will he be the number 2 or mentor figure, he'll also be the muscle. Basically, with this organization, they're going to be bringing 2 organizations together with these 2. And what I mean by that is that you're going to bring Tariq and what he got going on in New York together with what Tommy has going on now. According to what I'm hearing about Book 4 Force, it's about Tommy leaving Chicago. It's not about him establishing power in Chicago. Force has always been about him establishing power in Chicago, but apparently in season 3 he is ready to leave. And with him leaving, personally, I thought he would go to LA, but I guess that's not the case. I guess he's returning to New York, and upon him returning to New York, certain things and elements have to return with him. D-Mac is dominantly the person I think that's going to be coming back with Tommy whenever him and Tariq get together. But not only D-Mac, depending on how things play out in Force, maybe Diamond, maybe Jannard, you never really know. All I know is when it comes down to it, Tommy's going to be bringing some people back with him from Chicago. He's going to be bringing product back with him from Chicago, Dahlia being the number 1 thing he'll be bringing, and they'll be pretty much taking over the streets if he brings Dahlia with him and merges together with Tariq's empire. It might be a situation where Tariq always said he doesn't want a partner, but he may partner up with his uncle Tommy, and they run the streets of New York while taking on new enemies and people that can probably come after them. Tommy comes with a lot of old enemies. Tariq has defeated pretty much damn near all of his enemies. I think the only enemy that Tariq has, well, few enemies that still live that he has, is Kane, who was on the run, because I still think Kane's an enemy to Tariq. There's also the cop, I think his name is Carter. He's in prison. He didn't got killed. Tariq is pretty much still moving around the way he wants, but Tommy may come with a bunch of enemies, and we're not talking about just enemies from Book 4 Force. We're talking about enemies from Book 1, where the original series of Power, and potentially enemies from Origins. You never really know. Tommy's been in this game a long time, where Tariq has lived a very shielded and protected life for most of his life. He's established most of his enemies during Power Book 1 towards the end, and definitely during Power Book 2 Ghosts. And so that being said, these 2 coming together, you're dealing with some unstoppable force here in terms of Tommy and Tariq, so you have to have some very powerful motherfucking enemies going after them. So when it comes down to it, them coming together in a spinoff together, not a surprise, not for me at least, maybe for others, but not for your boy, because for those of you who have been here with me and you all been riding with me for the longest, you know I've always said I see Tommy and Tariq having a spinoff show together where they're pretty much both the leads of the show, and that would probably be the better Power show. It might end up being the best spinoff, but the competition for this new spinoff is most definitely Power Origins, which is now bringing in the storyline of Ghost and young Tommy and how they came to be who they are by the time we get to Book 1. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this spinoff plays out. Not surprised about it, not whatsoever. Been talking about it for the longest, but that is pretty much what I got to say about that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby Beast here. Just want to say much love, much respect, hold it down, and